Hello dear Codice car viewers. Please don't forget to like the video, turn on the bell and comment on the channel. To suggest that Jeep 7 or 8 passenger Wagoneer L/Grand Wagoneer L twins are elephantine is to libel pachyderms. Both boast 7 newfound inches of wheelbase and 12 bonus inches overall, compared with what we now quite inadvisably call their short wheelbase progeny. We are here to make you smile. Ladies and gentlemen, behold an SUV that, in latest limo guise, requires a 19-foot-long parking space. Somewhere beneath the Grand L's 6,400-pound heft, you can hear the pitiful whimpering of a Ram 1500 chassis, now absent its live axle in favor of an independent rear suspension. It would require eccentric judgment to consider an L if you don't daily deploy it for ferrying the Broncos' defensive line or the occasional DOT-approved bridge. Jeep gathered us in a coffeehouse parking lot, where we collectively set a Guinness record for glacial back and fill turns, using caffeinated civilians as billiard cushions. Of course, if your kids act up, stash them in the third row and tell them to ride if they get work. Their contributions might help defray the top-spec Grand L sticker of $112,995. If you flatten the second and third row seats, the proverbial 4x8 sheet of plywood slides in like a piece of dry toast. A 9-foot Orvis fly rod will rest flat when inserted diagonally. You could carry Delaware in this SUV, and, all kidding aside, the center console will swallow a basketball. The facts: 44 cubic feet behind the third row seats, 17 cubic feet more than the SWB Grand Wagoneer, 43 inches of second row legroom. 131 cubic feet of cargo volume behind the first row. Who needs a Ram pickup? There's a genuine car enthusiast angle to all of this. Cars were produced in America in the mid to late 1900s, but you weren't born then. It's Chrysler's all-new Hurricane twin-turbo inline-6, not bent but straight, you've read that correctly, belting out 420 or 510 horsepower, your choice. This costly jewel-like revelation is a rev-happy 3.0-liter dervish that would stand us on our ears if it ever powered something as minuscule as, say, an automobile. This engine offers bits to make engineers weep, a water-to-air intercooler, twin oil pickups in the sump, and a compression ratio as high as 10.4 to 1. The turbos aren't sequential, instead serving 3 holes per, and the low-end torque is plentiful. In fact, how does this sound? 500 pound-feet from the high-output version, which ought to suffice for your 9,000-pound horse trailer. Moreover, the glistening alloy block is less than 29 inches long and has been dyno-tortured almost flat on its side, meaning it will fit in almost any vehicle. Except, at Chrysler, which? A grumpy old Charger? Nevertheless, for the second time in its storied career, the iron block Hemi should be dropped at the curb. In our testing, the GWL, which gets the more powerful 6, reached 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. If that's too leisurely, maybe lash the Macintosh Stereo's 1375 watt amp to the 8-speed automatic. Voila, a new kind of hybrid. We should note that there isn't a dusty scintilla of Jeepishness in either of these Luxo-Leviathans. No Jeep this upscale has ever scuffed tread in blue-collar Toledo, Ohio, although it occurs to us that Mayor Kapchikavich might want to name a suburb after it. Let's agree to characterize the styling as long. You don't need a stylist for this sort of work. More like an architect. No one will likely complain, but Jeep's nemesis in this class, the Cadillac Escalade, offers at least a trace of sleekness. Killer whale sleekness. But enough of the big and tall jokes, because both new L's steer and handle better than they should, even with a ride quality that is north of plush. Yeah, the steering is artificial, and the braking distance is a bit worrisome, 190 feet from 70 miles per hour, but the tracking is flawless, turn-in is predictable, and the dampers suddenly stand tall if you overcook a turn. The rubber, as you'd expect, is biased toward summer in Phoenix, not winter in Bozeman. And, holy hedge fund, the luxury. Check out the exquisite panel gaps, the imperceptible NVH from wind and engine, and the unexpectedly sensuous surfaces, ultra-suede lined A-pillars, double-stitched cowskins encasing the grab handles, and real American walnut trim. Is Leona Helmsley still dead? At the introduction of the L's, Jeep trailered out an original Grand Wag, vinyl wood siding and all. Wearing bell-bottom pants, the Wagoneer debuted in 1962 as a '63 model. Back then, that grandpa of American SUVs was among the largest in our experience. Yet these latest L's are 43 inches longer and 1.3 tons heavier. You can't travel back in time. But apparently, you can stretch it. Dear viewers, please share your thoughts on the subject with us.